Hello everyone, this is Xander and I am back with game 11 of the second Reddit Open tournament. So this is the last game of round 1. After this we'll be moving into round 2, obviously. And yeah, let's get this underway. On the blue team, we have HypnoToad with a USSR general deck. And on the red team, we have AH-47 Longbow. But isn't the Apache AH-64, whatever. And he's using a Yugoslavian mechanized deck, I do believe. Alright, looks like HypnoToad is starting with an FOB. Alright, so starting with HypnoToad, got MTLBV, that appears to have something in it. Upvetted Motoshoki, or do Moskaya Pakoda come in MTLBVs? I can't remember. Because if they do, they could be, those guys are downvetted in there. Downvetted shock. So it's not, there's a T80 supporting them, so that looks like it's heading for Bravo for a bit of a forest fight. FOB looks like it's just a 1-command start from HypnoToad. M8 MTV appears to have Conqueror's M in it. BTR-80A, that's going to be Spetsnaz GRU, presumably. MTLBV, once again, whoever's in these guys, I'm guessing it's upvetted. Motoshelki, could be Motoshelki 75 or 90. Be spamming them like this is probably Motoshelki 75 is my guess. And once again, these guys are supported by a T80, so they're presumably heading into the corner of Gulf here. So we got a Tor. Looks like this is the main effort here. Got a Tor of Vasilic Mortar, T72BU, BMP3. That's going to be Motoshelki there, upvetted. So I think the MTLBVs or whatever, the 5-pointers are going to be Motoshelki as well. And BTR-80A, that also has somebody in it. And that could be upvetted Motoshelki, or it could be downvetted shock. And a BRDM3 for recon. Not a whole lot of recon from HypnoToad. Yeah, he has the recon infantry in there, and he has a BRDM3, no recon helicopters, but there's all of the Soviet ones I think are expensive, except for I think they have an MI2. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, as for Mr. Longbow, looks like it's a 1-command start from him as well. It's a lot of stuff in here, so it's hard to tell. Looks like he's going very hard into Gulf, it seems. Or some of the stuff could be branching off into Bravo or Alpha, I don't know. Anyway, he has a Greyhound going to the top part, has recon helicopter, the Hera 2, and the HC-40. It's just a rocket helicopter. It's kind of like an MI-17/M8 MTV in the Helo tab, except it's not quite as good. He has a Sava and a Cub M. It's an odd choice. It's got Vidra, Pinsgauer has, it's going to be Janakari, I'm guessing. Vidra is going to have Drug. A lot of infantry, yeah, a bunch of T-55As, Greyhound. Couple of T-55 recon, couple of M8 Greyhounds, and an M84N for recon, more Greyhound. Oh, what are these guys called? It's the militia. He has the Yugoslavian militia. Why can't I call their name off the top of my head? Yeah, this is their transport, and it looks like he upvetted them too. More militia. So that explains why there's so much stuff. He just cheaped out on the infantry. M84A. BVP-80A, that's going to have upvetted. Or no, he didn't. He downvetted. It's a mechanized deck, so yeah, he downvetted these guys. So they're on trained. If they're upvetted, they'd be unhardened. Anyway, aside from that, so we have M84 or M80A. That's going to be proletarian there. More proletary, or I guess it could be upvetted Meo Savannah. Once again, proletary, downvetted proletary, upvetted line. Hellcat. Okay, that's Sava. That makes sense. Yeah, that's an interesting opener from Mr. Longbow, AH-47. Wait, does HypnoToad have any air defense? No, he just has the Tor. It's not a bad air defense, it's multi-purpose. It's good helicopter and plane range. Or I guess it's middling. Middling at the plane range, but still, it's not a bad piece. It's a bit expensive. It's vulnerable to seed and whatnot. Yeah, this guy could potentially mess up these guys pretty well. L17K comes screaming in. Oh, MI8's on the ground. Oh, if the Tor stops, it might be able to, well, tear this guy a new one. Oh, that L17K could get torn a new one. Oh. Aside from that, bad puns aside, oh, MI8 lifted off, and oh, it makes it out. He's evacing. Tor is turned on, but it's not stopping, so it's going to make it out. Oh, he did stop. It's just going to waste a missile. Yeah, you got to be fast when dealing with planes like that, otherwise you're just going to waste ammunition. Okay, so these guys actually went here. So you got, yeah, Motostrelki 20, or base Motostrelki. What else? You got, yeah, Granakari and Drug, or Drug, however that's pronounced. Oh, Hera 2 swinging around. All these guys. Oh, okay, so yeah, he actually did. He actually just sent everybody into Bravo and Alpha. Looks like he's going to try and make a swing for Charlie. T-80's gonna... well, the Greyhounds can't really do much against the T-80, but I guess they can damage the MTLBVs. But yeah. HypnoToad's outnumbered here in Bravo. Oh, Super Gallows coming out as the T-72BU is spotted. Takes a hit from the Droog. Or actually from the... something. Yeah, and it goes down to the Super Gallop. And the Tor sitting back there with his radar turned off. Yeah, when you're dealing with Yugoslavia, you don't need to turn your radar off because... Or you don't have to worry about turning your... sometimes you should turn off, I guess. Otherwise, it's just a case of they have no seed. You know, you don't have to worry about eating an anti-radiation missile. Anyway, so MI8's conditioning these guys. HypnoToad called out some command infantry. The K-29 TB could definitely be very useful if it doesn't get shot down. Oh, T-80's getting engaged by the Vidra, but... Or the Droog. The Vidra's not really in a spot to engage anything. Oh, no, Suitcase back out again. BRDM-3, normally it's a win about against the Greyhound, but it's just sitting there just outside of range. So it's not shooting back. Oh, is the LSRTK going to... No, what's going on? Oh, good hit on the 24V, which is an air defense helicopter. It's kind of an odd choice in this situation. Yep, so the TO, okay, that's what they're called. I can't remember what it stands for. So yeah, they're engaging the MI8. Motostrelki just getting overwhelmed. Yeah, BVPs are going to put the hurt onto him. HypnoToad's ticking at +2, but Mr. Longbow does have a hotel, or CV coming in for a hotel. K-29 TV, once it aims, should be able to put the hurt on. Yeah, and to TOR, the 15-men units. Motostrelki are getting shot up. Yeah, with their just rigged RPG-7s, they just can't really effectively engage enemy vehicles. Or at least... Oh, Sava is engaging the K-29, but it's just missing. Was it on the move? Who knows? Well, these guys are flying over TO, but... yeah, look at that accuracy. First of all, like 9 and 12. Yep, Sava takes care of it. Yeah, Charlie is now under threat. And, yeah, this HypnoToad kind of messed with his BU there. It was spotted and it, yeah, just got deleted by a Super Gallop. with his missiles that really don't deserve 60% accuracy under any way, shape, or form. And I will bring that up every time I bring up the M62 on Super Caleb. It does not deserve that accuracy. It deserves 50% accuracy like every other Fire and Forget 30 AP ATGM. Does not deserve 60. Aside from random bitching about one unit. It's just that HypnoToad's not, like I said, he's spent most of his points into Golf/Foxtrot, and he's not pushing there. He needs to get in there and fight, you know, he needs to push. You know, it's only Granakari there. It's not going to be too hard to deal with. BMP3 should be able to take care of a Vidra, kind of like that. He's just, yeah, he's there. He probably did not need to call the, or he shouldn't have called out the command infantry in Charlie, because that's 100 points plus what the K29TB. That's what, 35. I think it might even be 40 points. Even I'd have to double check that. And it's just, it just wasn't a smart call. Anyway, so HypnoToad or Longbow's gotten CV into Hotel. Looks like he's calling out another one for Alpha. Okay, here we go. So HypnoToad is pushing on the Gradakari and Droog there, and if he does that, he's going to basically have a clean shot into Hotel. The M1107 Droogs, I guess, can be dangerous, but ATGM Jeep with such short range, I don't know. Yeah, I'm scared probably just going to walk over those guys. N62M is going for the BMP. No. Taurus turn. Yeah, it might get a hit, but... no, it doesn't get a hit. And he turns it off. Okay, he has it on again. He needs to move this up. It's just too far back. Is that it's, you know, for an... It has better anti-plane range than any other AA piece with that helicopter range, but it's not like it's a Neva or a Buck or a Hawk. It doesn't have, you know, the 4+ kilometer plane range. Oh, T-80's engaged from the BVPs. Oh, but the M84A is going to have words with it. Oh, L-17K Blitz something. That is a MiG, isn't it? MiG-23. I can't really see anything else aside from that. There's a MiG-23 of some description. It might be an MLD. Could be a MiG-27. It's a MiG-23 or a MiG-27. It's a flogger. I don't know. Down here we have a couple Greyhounds and a Ping Scour. Looks like they're about to bust, move into Echo. Oh, BM-27 Uragan, because that's what you need to do when you're losing the ground game, is buy some artillery. Especially a nice 120 pointer. It's not like you could use the infantry or tanks from that. Or the recon even. BRDM-3 is just sitting out in the open. These guys also sitting... Okay, now they're moving. M84A is going to have worse than Conquerors is just useless. It's sitting there. It's going to get deleted by either the M84A or the Maya Savannah. Expressing as GRU could definitely put the hurt into the Maya Savannah and the M84A, but if they engage them individually, not if they all engage at once. Yeah. Looks like they got one group of Maya Savannah. Oh, now the M84A is putting the hurt onto them. Yeah, they were moving, so they couldn't use either of these because their AT weapon and their SVD are not stabilized. Got some, I guess that's paddle branching 90 and HT40. Aragon's moving. Oh, these guys are in its dead zone, minimum range. He's calling out a Tor. Is that his only air AA piece? And yeah, this is kind of what happens with a open tournament is you get... I can't even say that HypnoToad's a less experienced player. He's a lieutenant colonel. He's just trying to do something different in this battle, and it's just not working for him, is my guess. BMP3 is trying to engage with the Arcan. That's 35% stats. Oh, another T-80 is a solid workhorse of a vehicle. Okay. Yeah, this motor structure is going to get torn apart by those OTs. The Arcanon's not the most powerful or the most accurate ATGM, but it has good range and it's fast. That's the big thing with it. And 50% accuracy with that speed is perfectly workable. So yeah, HypnoToad's kind of lost his opportunity to do anything here in golf. I'd say mostly just losing the T-72 BU so early on without it doing anything is really what cost him here. Because if he had the BU, he would have been able to hold it down decently, I guess. Against the armor moving in, but... Arrogance firing. What's the HU on that again? 11. Oh, Mayo Savannah taking some hits. Oh, big hits. Then they start off with like over 15 dudes. Oh, T-80s. There, BRDM-3s also engaging. 2 T-80s should be able to clean that up. Oh, now we got the paddle branching 90 moving in. Oh, Conqueror's M's gonna try and get in there if it doesn't bumble over any air defense. It probably wouldn't. The Sava's only 2.8. So it should be fine. Oh, Super Gallop and L17K. There's a Tor there, isn't there? Yeah, and it's turned on. Oh, it takes one hit, but it does get a T-80. And it goes down. Oh, and it gets a hit onto the L17K. Oh, does it get... Oh, it misses. So that's the nice thing about the Tor is... 8 rounds is not... It's kind of middle capacity. There are things that have carry less, things that carry more, but the thing is that it has all 8 of them ready to fire, so it'll just fire them off continuously. It's just like the British and the Anzac tracked rapiers. It'll just keep firing until it's out of ammunition, which can be quite handy. And the I think the OSAs are the same way because they have 6 rounds ready to fire on the OSA platforms. BMP-3's doing some decent work against the Paddle Branchy. But yeah, the Moriscoa Pagoda are just outnumbered. Ooh, if that MA8 unloads and gets in there, it could possibly even the playing field. Oh, Paddle Branchy moving up. They're probably going to try and engage the BMP-3. But MA8 needs to get in there. No, he's... Oh, where's it gone? I guess he is probably worried about the Sava engaging it. And I guess there is the Cub M as well, for what it's worth. Yeah, so Longbow is ticking up +2. He has Bravo and Alpha capped. So that's 97 conquest points to HypnoToad's 56. Oh, Command Infantry are now by themselves. HE4 is going to go for a drive. That Tor needs to stop and engage him. Oh, and it goes down. Oh, MA8 deletes the Paddle Branchy there, but oh, the Commando got big hits. That Hera 2 is still there. Harrigan's resupplied. He needs to drop it back and fire it again, I guess. If he's going to have it there, he might as well use it. But Nova CV coming out. Looks like that's going to be heading to Gulf. He just has those guys sitting out in the open. These guys are just sitting in their transport. I guess his attention is just drawn between too many places. Happens to me all the time. Tend to forget about things. What's the accuracy on these guys again? Yeah, 30%. Greyhounds are just sitting there. Tor is resupplying, so is the Ural. Conqueror's fired at something, probably trying to go for the AN. Ooh, and the BMP-3s both missed. One's panicked, which is, you know, understandable, but other guy, I don't know. And that is that just an M84A? Yeah, and it's just running low on ammunition. Ooh, M84A takes a big hit from the Conquerors. Motostruck here trying to hold the line, but it's just, yeah, too much fire support really is what it is. Ooh, L17K. Tor is moving back forward. Oh, big 25 PD. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Looks like I get the L17K as well. Oh, BMP3 is just taking a lot of fire. And these are the base Mariuchkas. Conquerzen's about to be overwhelmed. BMP3 goes down to a way to fire from all the ATGMs. Infantry's still sitting there. Conqueror's gone. Proletariat have taken the buildings there. T-80's providing some fire. Oh, command infantry are down. Longbow's now taking at +4. Vasilic and Tor have gone down. Guess you could say it got torn a new one. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Ooh, Oreo 2 coming out. Oh, now the Tor's gone down, so now that T-80 is just easy prey for the Oreo. Like that. Oh, MiG-25 PD might get the revenge kill. And nope, misses every single missile. Is that updated? Yeah. It's not great accuracy, but it has the 8 HE, which means it's likely to, or potentially can one-shot. Yeah. So I know Longbow's taking yet +4 with 242 conquest points to 56. Got some scratches coming in, that's probably VDV. Or no, it's not VDV. I don't have to see what's in it. Yeah, it's VDV. Yeah, it'd have to be. I'm derping out, don't mind me. And that's game. So, HypnoToad has surrendered. Meaning AH-47 Longbow is the victor with 262 conquest points, 256. HypnoToad had 760 kills. Longbow came in at 1,955. Yeah, so I don't want to break down this battle. So HypnoToad's opener was pretty standard, you know, focusing on golf a little bit into Bravo. And then Longbow just hit him with that left hook out of nowhere. Straight out of left field, whatever you want to say. And just, you know, bulldoze right through Bravo with almost all of his units. And the units that he did put in the Gulf had a disproportionate amount of effect. Because HypnoToad totally could have just pushed right through into Gulf. Maybe even to Hotel if he wanted to be a bit ballsy about it. But that's pretty risky to overextend like that. He just wasn't paying attention and lost his T-72 BU, it seems. His Tor was turned off for the most part, so it wasn't helping at all. Because, you know, it's a stupid thing to criticize someone for turning off the radar because, you know, that's what you should do. You know, you got to worry about seed. But when you're dealing with Yugoslavia, there's no seed to worry about. So you can just, you know, leave your radar on. Aside from that, yeah, because that's the thing with especially with the Taurus, you know, they can fire off 3 missiles. If a plane gets in range, it can very often fire off 3 missiles in the time it takes for that plane to evac, providing that, you know, the plane's within, you know, is in range when it's evacing, obviously. And, you know, 60% actually, that's a very high chance of it, you know, soloing a plane very easily. And it has 7 HE on its missiles, so it can it's very likely that it could one-shot it. Or not very likely, but it's potential for it to one-shot it. Aside from that, those are the big points, I think. It's just Longbow, you know, big push through Bravo into Charlie. And oh my god, I keep stumbling over myself. Longbow, big push into Charlie. HypnoToad just did not respond well. He even called it the error again, even though he probably could have done with just infantry. You know, he needed the infantry to hold Charlie, and he just didn't have it. Then he needed fire support to support the infantry because Longbow had a lot of fire support. But yeah, those are the big points. Anything else I can think of? Not particularly. It's just, yeah. Longbow, you know, he positioned himself well in this battle, you know. he was a mechanized deck, so you know what? Especially against USSR, you're not really going to be winning the open fight because you just have, you know, big thing is you don't really have a direct counter to the BU in the form of your own tanks. You need to use airplanes, which he did. That's what he did do. And so what he, you know, by force, you know, going through Bravo, fighting in Charlie, that meant Longbow had the much greater, just was in his element with that mechanized deck because, you know, when you get into a grind infantry fight, mechanized decks and motorized decks too, since, you know, there are, I guess, airborne technically, but not really, unless airbornes can only really do an infantry grind if you're, you know, USSR. You guys, you know, VDV. You know, the whole ability to use ground transports is a big deal. But I digress. It's just, yeah, it's just, you know, that's where he had the advantage. That's basically what it comes down to, is he has the advantage in that grinding infantry fight. Aside from that, those are the big points to cover. And there's probably a bunch of little small things that I could point out as well. But I won't, because that could just go on forever. Oh, I'll call it here. I'm Xander Turon, and this was Game 11 of the second Reddit Open Tournament. Like I said at the beginning, this is the last game of Round 1, so now we move on to Round 2. Anyway, you guys have a lovely day.